Welcome to another episode of A Moment of Tiki, coming to you from Lagoon of Mystery, my home tiki bar here in Central Texas. It's not often that I get inspiration for an episode from the supermarket, but that's exactly what happened the other day. I was walking through the produce section and I discovered this. If you don't know what this is, let me inform you. This is a stalk of sugarcane. It's about 2 feet long, and every year from about Thanksgiving through Christmas, these show up in local grocery stores here in Texas and Mexican markets and other places. I recently had a trip to Philadelphia and I saw some sugarcane there too. And I thought, wow, what a cool episode topic, because believe it or not, you can grow your own sugarcane. That's right. Now, what is more iconic to tiki? The most iconic spirit is rum. Rum is in all the drinks thanks to Don the Beachcomber. What does rum come from? Rum is distilled sugar product from sugarcane, whether it is sugarcane juice, as with the agricoles, or molasses, the byproduct of sugar production from sugarcane. Also, if you want to go back to the inspirations for tiki, sugarcane is one of the most iconic crops of the Polynesian peoples. When they were dispersing throughout the Pacific and settling all the various archipelagos and islands, one of the food sources, one of the staple crops that they took with them were sugarcane. Sugarcane is the single most nutritionally dense, take back, is the most caloric dense food crop humans have access to. The canes produce a lot of sugar that gives you calories that allows you to survive. Furthermore, they were able to cut the canes and take the canes with them. The canes stay viable for extended periods of time. That way they were able to plant them when they reached these new islands they were settling, and they had a ready food supply. Now, what makes sugarcane unique is that it is incredibly easy to root from a cane like this. Believe it or not, I know. Sugarcane is a type of grass. Like bamboo is a type of grass, like technically even palm trees are a type of grass. It's segmented. Unlike bamboo, it is not hollow. It's a solid core, and these fibrous interior is what contains the sugarcane, the sweet sugars. If you look at each of these segments, it's roughly comparable to bamboo. But if you look very carefully at the top of each node, you will see little dots in a ring. Okay, each of these little nodes, each of these little dots is a proto-root. Each one of these can grow into a complete root if it's given the proper conditions. Now, fortunately, sugarcane is not picky about the conditions. You can soak it in water, you can plant it in the ground. Given enough warmth and moisture, it will grow. There are larger nodes, larger bumps here on the sides of the nodes. These are all leaf buds, essentially. It will grow a new cane from these buds. So to grow your own bamboo at home, all you have to do is take one of these stalks, cut it into sections, and essentially soak it in a glass of water until roots form, then transplant. And if you come along with me, I'm going to show you how to do it now. Again, I cannot stress how easy it is to root a piece of sugarcane. What you want to do is get your piece of cane and find where the little root buds are, and take a saw. This is a Fisker pruning saw, and cut right below that. You don't want to you want the root buds to be on the very bottom. So find where the node is and then cut right below that, okay? Okay, this is perfect. Got sliced off right here at the bottom. You have the root buds right here above the node. And all that is required now is an addition of water and time. You can, if you really want, add some rooting hormone to the root bud area. I found it is not necessary. So just take a glass, a mug, a watertight container of some form or fashion that is heavy enough not to tip over easily, and set your length of sugarcane in there and let it sit for, within a couple of days, you'll start seeing some little tiny roots forming. Within 2 weeks, you'll have really solid growth.
Thanks for tuning in. If you like what you see, please hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. If you really like what you've been seeing here at A Moment of Tiki, please leave a comment or maybe even share the video to your feeds. What this does is make it easier for others to find A Moment of Tiki. And if you do that, I will be grateful. Mahalo.
2 weeks later, you pull the sugarcane out and it has grown a glorious number of roots. And one thing I forgot to say earlier, you want to change out the water every 3-4 days just to keep it from getting stagnant and nasty. But you see, this is an aggressive amount of root growth right here. And this is why it was so easy for the Polynesian peoples to spread throughout the Pacific, and also Portuguese and Spanish explorers throughout the Caribbean and all the places that they went on their colonial colonizing sprees. So now that we have the roots, we just have to pot it up. So I have a little clay pot right here, adding some basic potting soil. Nothing fancy, just a mix of perlite, potting soil, and sphagnum moss. Set it down in here and just fill in. It does not take a whole lot of effort to get your sugarcane to grow vigorously. And keep moist and well lit for the rest of its time. It will grow, shoot from the leaf node on the side, and pretty soon you'll have a full-fledged sugarcane plant growing. How do I know? Well, let me show you. This here is my sugarcane grove. I started it several years ago from a short stalk I bought at the grocery store, just like you saw earlier. I apologize for the brown leaves. We had a light frost that was unexpected a few weeks ago. And one thing sugarcane does not like is cold. The frost burned most of the leaves, but the canes themselves are still good. So I'll reach down here and show you. is a homegrown section of sugarcane. You can see the root buds are already pretty prominent on here. What I do before the first hard freeze is I will cut all of this off at the ground to harvest it, and then I will cover it with mulch and a frost cloth and weight it down with rocks to hold it in place. That will insulate the soil so the sugarcane will re-sprout in the spring, just like this little stalk right here and right here. We've got a lot of little stalks popping up right there. And it'll go in perpetuity as long as it's got enough water. Sugarcane likes heat and water. It will die to the ground at the first frost, at the first real frost. So you'll want to harvest it before then. But the great thing about sugarcane is it will grow anywhere. I have heavy clay soil right here. In Louisiana, they have sandy loam, swampy land, and it grows great there. That's one of the few, Louisiana and Florida, commercial sugarcane is grown. In the Polynesian islands, it grows in volcanic soil. So it's a wide variety of soils and climates that it will grow in. So if you're in the Sun Belt in the US, I'm in USDA Zone 8B. So that's, Central Texas. We have mild winters, not a lot of hard freezes. As long as the soil doesn't freeze, the sugarcane should grow back. So California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, all throughout the southern half of the US, you can grow sugarcane in the ground. If you live above that though, you can grow it in pots. You can grow it in a pot just like any other tropical potted plant, whether it's hibiscus or plumeria, any of those things, you can grow sugarcane. It's a pretty cool novelty. So I hope you've enjoyed this. This was kind of a spur of the moment idea that came to me. I wanted to share. Hopefully you've found this entertaining and enlightening. And if you have some success with sugarcane, feel free to let me know how it goes. There are also sugarcane groups online, sugarcane collectors, sugarcane nurseries that have lots of ornamental sugarcane, red leaf, purple leaf, different types that are available for purchase. So if you want to get into the more exotic types, feel free to do so. Let me know how it works out for you. As for me, we've got a freeze coming up in a few days, so I've got to get all these cut down. Until next time, from the Lagoon of Mystery, aloha. That's really good.
Well, if you ever feel lonely and you haven't got a friend, you feel downhearted and that, you rope in to get yourself together and head for a place I know. It's a little German town with a Spanish name, and once you go there, you never be the same, and it's a whole lot cleaner and safer than Mexico. Well, it's 90 miles from Houston, 120 from San Antonio, and once you hit the city limit, you don't have to be alone. Every traveling salesman that's on the road, every trucker that's carrying an overload, knows a boom in a little bird they call a grain. If your ever loving woman won't treat you right, and your nights get longer and your pants get tight, then get yourself moving and get ready for a change. Some fella said money can't buy me love, but I know it could be. Speaking of that classic country town they call a green. Well, it's 90 miles from Houston, 120 from San Antonio, and once you hit the city limits, you don't have to be alone. Every traveling salesman that's on the road, every trucker that's carrying an overload, knows a booming little bird they call a green. So if you got a little money and you feel uptight, go to LaGrange and they'll treat you right. Just stop at the filling station, give them half a chance. And they'll give you directions to a little retreat with a grade A government inspected meat, and they'll send you to the famous chicken ranch. Well, it's 90 miles from Houston, 120 from San Antonio, and once you hit the city limits, you don't have to be alone. Every traveling salesman that's on the road, every trucker that's carrying an overload, knows a boom in a little bird they call a green. Every traveling salesman that's on the road, every trucker that's carrying an overload, knows a boom in a little bird they call a green. Thank you.
Honey, that is a little country place out there. The people's tried to make it into something that it wasn't. Just a little country whore, that's what it amounted to.
Yeah.